Welcome to Nac Edition. I'm your host, Jerry Dickerson. Make sure to stick around with us for some upcoming news and events, an interview with Mr. Trey Turner, and a sit-down with SFA football head coach Colby Carthel. Nac Edition starts now. The third annual Astroworld Festival turned many heads this past weekend. Members of a densely packed crowd surged toward a stage and were crushed against each other at the Houston Music Festival on Friday night. At least 8 people were killed and many others were injured in the chaos, witnesses and officials said. The victims' ages ranged from 14 to 27, Houston Mayor Sylvester Turner announced. About 50,000 people were at the sold-out festival at NRG Park when the incident began just after 9 p.m. Video from the event showed the performer Travis Scott on an outdoor stage pause for a moment and look on in confusion as an ambulance with flashing lights moved into the packed crowd. It was not clear how much of the chaos could be seen from the stage or when concert organizers became aware of a serious problem beyond the usual number of injuries that can take place at a large event. But the Houston Police Chief, Troy Finner, said that officials worried that cutting off the concert could make the situation worse. One security officer appeared to have been pricked in the neck as he tried to restrain someone at the concert, Chief Finner said. Travis, in a statement, said that he was absolutely devastated by what took place last night and pledged to work with the investigators. Basketball is back here at Nacogdoches as the SFA's women's basketball team will have their first home game at the William R. Johnson Coliseum this Friday night. The Lady Jacks are hoping to get a jump start at repeating a championship season this Friday as they will play against the University of Houston Lady Cougars. Last year, the Lady Jacks earned a Southland Conference championship with a 14-0 record in conference and a 24-3 record overall. They're hoping the success of last year will take them to great achievements this year. The Lumberjacks lost last season to Houston 61-59, so be sure to come out and cheer them on. Tickets for students are free. For more information about tickets, call SFA's ticket office at 936-468-5255. This past Friday, the SFA University School of Art exhibited their installation artwork at Firehouse Nac in downtown Nacogdoches. The exhibition featured work by undergraduate students that are in the Advanced Sculpture Installation class on the SFA campus. Firehouse Nac's own artists consist of Bridget Kozash, Britt Mitchell, and Holden and Dylan Graham, with their work spanning from painting, stained glass, ceramics, rug making, and so much more. Exhibition hours at Firehouse Nac are from 1 to 4 p.m. Monday through Friday or by appointment. For more information, contact Eden Collins at eden.collins@sfasu.edu or Firehouse Nac on their Facebook page. The yearly Christmas market will take place this weekend, so let's take a real quick look at all the fun activities to look forward to.
I'm here in downtown Nacogdoches where the Christmas market will be happening November 12th and 13th. Now, you may be thinking, it's a little early for Christmas. And to that I say, it's never too early for the Christmas spirit.
The Christmas market will be held downtown Nacogdoches this Friday from 10 to 8 and Saturday from 10 to 5. This is also a great opportunity to get back out there again for the holidays.
Just getting to have it. Just getting, something happening downtown, something to see people. It's so nice to finally see people out and about and wanting to get out and about and strolling the streets, and it's supposed to be nice weather.
With a lot of items this year being on shortages, such as electronics and other items, this could be your best opportunity to get some good stuff at a good price.
And a lot of the stores have specials going on and sales that you can partake in, and it's just sale racks and things going on, and so it's something to kind of get you in the Christmas spirit.
Right. Another interesting aspect about Christmas in downtown Nacogdoches is that each merchant can compete in a decorating contest, which Rhinestone Rifles has won 3rd last year and 1st 2 years ago.
So don't be afraid to come to downtown Nacogdoches November 12th and 13th to get your Christmas shopping done early. If you're like me and tend to procrastinate a lot, this is your chance to fix that. For SFA TV, I'm Logan.
The SFA campus will surely be buzzing this weekend as we hold our biannual event for future lumberjacks. Showcase Saturday is a campus-wide event made to give high school students and their family a chance to get a more in-depth tour of our school. There are countless activities held, including presentations according to your major of interest, an academic fair for students to get a look at their future, a student organization fair for ways you can get involved in campus, and so much more. This event is another great way to showcase all that we have to offer here on the SFA campus. Showcase Saturday is this Saturday, November 13th from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. in the afternoon. You can register and check in starting at 11 in the morning. With Showcase Saturday happening, lots of high school students are in the gifted and talented programs. The GT program is for those with creative, fun minds, and we were able to get a quick look at those students at Tenaha High School.
Hey y'all, I'm Jaden, and today I'm outside of Tenaha High School, one of a few East Texas schools with a GT program. And today I'm going to be giving you an inside look at Ms. Huckabee's new media class here at Tenaha High School.
This is Joanna Huckabee. I am a graduate of SFA and the Broadcast Communications program there. So it is an honor to visit with you today about our program that we have here at Tenaha High School. You know, Tenaha has some great things to offer, but one thing that they've never had is a media pathway. So this past year, we kind of jumped into things slowly. We had one course that was Principles of Audio and Video Production. And this year we have a full-fledged program. So we are doing everything from photography basics to basic video production. And hopefully within the next 4 years, we will have some high school students that have spent their entire high school career getting prepared to move into one of our state's broadcast programs, hopefully SFA. So they are creating everything from our yearbook this year to competing in photography competitions, video competitions across the state with various programs. We're just really excited to see where this goes.
The students in Ms. Huckabee's media class are also learning what it means to pick a theme and execute that theme when it comes to video production and creating a yearbook.
We picked our theme Netflix because we thought it would really tell more than one story, like more about other people's lives, about things that students do outside of school, inside of school. It's really going to tell a lot about our personalities, about more than just see like on the outside.
For SFA TV, I'm Jaden Washington.
SFA University announced that $80 million has been raised in conjunction with SFA's $100 million capital campaign, Elevate, during this year's homecoming weekend. The campaign, which began its silent phase in September of 2015, is the most ambitious in SFA's almost 100-year history. More than 15,000 donors have supported the Elevate SFA campaign, including over 8,000 donors who made a first-time gift to the university. 12 gifts during the silent phase of the campaign are valued at a whopping $1 million or more. The campaign supports SFA in accomplishing its vision of engaging students in experiences that prepare them for the challenges of living in a community. It is centered by 4 objectives that are critical to SFA's strategic plan. SFA is dedicated to raising the money needed in order to make the vision they aspire possible. Stick around because we'll sit down with Mr. Trey Turner to learn more about the SFA Elevate campaign and what its vision is. Hello, and welcome back to Nac Edition. I'm your host, Jared Dickerson. Joining me today in the studio is Mr. Trey Turner, Executive Director of Development. How are you doing, Mr. Turner?
Doing very well.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to have you here, man. I'm excited to kind of get talking about SFA Elevate and everything. So first of all, can you start off by kind of telling us a little bit about yourself, your experience here at SFA and all that?
Sure. So I'm a 2-time graduate of SFA.
Okay.
I received my undergraduate here with a Bachelor's of Business Administration, major in marketing. Came back a few years later and got a master's degree. Started work at SFA in 2008 along with Craig Turnage, who's now the Executive Director of the Alumni Association, and we were charged with building a major gift fundraising program here at SFA.
Right.
Prior to 2008, we didn't have that.
Really?
So now we do, and I've been doing that, as I said, since 2008. Went back a few years later and got a PhD from Texas A&M, and as of 2013 became the Executive Director.
So you've been kind of spearheading that whole little operation right there.
Definitely. We created and built under the guidance of Jill Still, who's
Okay.
the Vice President for University Advancement. We built that major gifts program, and now we've built a more robust annual fund program as well. So SFA now has a fully functioning, very wide-ranging fundraising program.
Okay. So that fundraising program, I guess, SFA Elevate, right? Can you kind of go into that a little bit and kind of just break it down a little bit for us? Just break it down for us a little bit.
So all colleges and universities, especially those that have development operations, and development is basically the academic term for fundraising. We raise money all of the time.
Right.
But periodically throughout the course of time at those universities, they'll enter into what's called a comprehensive campaign. Sometimes it's a capital campaign that deals with facilities. Other times it's comprehensive that basically covers everything, all initiatives at the university, academic, athletic, facilities, scholarships, everything.
Okay.
The Elevate SFA campaign, as you noted earlier, it kicked off in the later part of 2015. It will end with the 100-year anniversary of the university in September of 2023.
Awesome.
And the goal will be to have raised $100 million by that point. And the 4 pillars that you mentioned, again, we're elevating student scholarships, faculty support, facilities,
Right.
and then academic programs as well.
Right.
So those are the 4 areas we're concentrating on. We're going to raise $100 million, and each of those areas will be elevated as a result.
So you talked about like faculty support and everything like that. Can you so the 4 pillars, can you break the 4 pillars down a little bit more? Like where exactly is that money specifically going to?
So I'll back it up even further than that and say that,
Okay.
there's basically in fundraising there's 2 types of monies. There's funds that go towards immediate use projects, and then there's those that goes toward an endowment.
Gotcha.
And endowments are there in perpetuity. They're managed, and the earnings from those endowments go to fuel scholarships and professorships and things of that
Okay.
nature. So to address the question that you asked, where that money is going, for student scholarships, we are raising, a small portion of what we have raised already has gone to immediate use needs, meaning that students are benefiting from them now, but a much larger
Oh,
percentage.
they're already.
They're already coming in. Yeah,
Okay,
there's money,
awesome.
and that's all part of the $79.6 million that we currently have raised.
Right.
But a larger portion of that money that's been earmarked for that first pillar, that elevating student scholarships, has gone towards endowment. And those endowments, as I said, they're managed in perpetuity. They'll be here forever.
Okay,
So
awesome.
students will continue to always have access to them. But it's the same for faculty support. So, and a lot of donors especially, aren't as well versed with faculty support as they are scholarships. When you talk to a donor for the first time, most of the time, the only thing that they've ever heard of is a scholarship.
Right.
But you can give scholarships in the form of a professorship to a professor. And institutions like SFA use those tools, a professorship, to attract and retain high quality, high caliber faculty. So if
Gotcha.
you've got a really great professor here who's doing great work, you want to keep that person
100%.
here, obviously. And so, you have to pay for that talent. So we raise funds for those types of endowments as well, and they're called professorships. Academic programming is another one. Some examples of that would be the most recent gift that we received was the $8 million to name the Mickey Elliott College of Fine Arts.
Oh, really?
That happened, that became public actually when we launched the public portion of this campaign on October 29th in
Okay.
conjunction with homecoming. And
That's-
so
that's very recent,
yeah,
right, yeah.
yeah, the very recent. So those funds will go, and that will elevate all of the academic programs. That gift in particular, it grants that name to that college, but that's $8 million that will be held in endowment that will, impact the School of Music, the School of Theater, the School of Art in a number of different ways.
A little bit of everything, right?
A little bit of
there.
everything,
Well,
right.
that's good. Well, so the whole idea, where did the whole idea of SFA Elevate come from? Like, how did that come up?
Well, so in SFA's almost 100-year history, there's only been 2 campaigns. This, of course, is the second one. And the idea really originated with Dr. Baker Patillo. There had been talk amongst the Board of Regents and Dr. Patillo prior to 2015 about when would be the right time to start a campaign. Are we ready for a campaign? Do we have the right staff for a campaign? And is there a willingness amongst our donor pool, our constituents, to support a campaign? So we actually, prior to 2015, conducted a feasibility study and a readiness assessment to answer all of those questions.
Right.
And our feedback from the consultants were that, yes, we are ready. We're in the right place. We could use some additions to our staff, but
Right.
we think based on what they had talked with or the conversations that they had with our constituents, our donors would be willing to support up to $100 million. Dr. Patillo at the time and the Board of Regents at the time, made the decision that, hey, let's move forward. We need to. This is what universities do. What we kind of tie things to a lot in our field is that student tuition and state funding at public institutions across the country, they
Right.
keep the doors open, they keep the lights on.
Right.
But excellence and prestige in academics and athletics come from private donations.
Correct.
So it was time.
Yeah.
It was way time. The previous campaign, which was called Share the Legacy, started privately in the mid-90s and ended about 2003. So quite a gap between 2003 and 2015 when we kicked off
Oh, yeah,
Elevate
definitely.
SFA. And most universities, most larger institutions, they're basically, as they're ending one campaign, they're already starting the next one. They're just in a constant state of a campaign life cycle, if you will.
Okay. Well, Mr. Turner, I really appreciate you showing up here today. Is there anywhere that students can go, or just people in general can go, like a website or a number they can call to get more information on Elevate?
The best place would be sfasu.edu/elevate.
Okay.
There's some great information there. Obviously, the Office of Development is always a place, a resource. We're welcome to take any phone call, any question. Social media, if you go to the SFA Facebook page and Instagram, you can get some information there as well. But there's a wide variety there that you can.
Well, Mr. Turner, like I said, I appreciate you showing up. And guys, stay tuned. Coming up next, we're going to take a look at how the current SFA football season is progressing for our Lumberjacks. With football season going strong here at SFA, many people are curious at how the Lumberjacks are making it through this current season. Let's send it over to Christian to help us break it all down.
At home, and we got a chance to talk to head coach Kobe Cartho on the winning streak and how he's taking the team from good to great.
Coach, how you doing today?
Good to be here with you, Martin.
Appreciate it, Coach. I'm going to go right in and just talk about, obviously, perfect season here at home with 10 wins from last year and this year. Talk to me about that.
Well, it's always good to win a football game. It's even better when you get to do it at home in front of the fans and the students and the home crowd. So, really proud of our team, proud of our program, proud of our players that, put in the work each and every week to come out and put a good product on the field. Our staff does a great job getting the guys ready, but obviously this has been quite a monumental job, as you well know, turning this program around. But we've kind of turned the corner there and got some good times ahead of us. But it was really fun. It's the first time in school history that we've had back-to-back undefeated seasons here at Homer Bryce. I think we've won 10 in a row now, which is a school record. And so it was good to get that win against a really good EKU team last Saturday night, and that secured a winning season. First back-to-back winning season since 2010 and 11, and still got a little meat left on that bone. So got tough opponent this week in UCA, but good to win at home. Good to have that winning streak, and that'll stay intact until we tee it up again next fall here at Homer Bryce.
Yeah, I know. Obviously, you mentioned good opponent for next week, Central Arkansas. Talk to me about that, and obviously, what we'll bring for SFA with the win.
We're in the playoff hunt right now, so we've got to win out to be alive for the playoffs. So there's a lot riding on the game Saturday up there in Conway, Arkansas. It's a place that hadn't been good to us. We've only won one time in all the program history up there in Conway, Arkansas. So it'll be a great challenge. Coach Brown does a good job of that program. They've perennial conference contender in the Old Southland, and they've got a really good squad this year. They've lost a couple of tough ones. Had some heartbreakers like we did as well, but very talented bunch. They've got two guys that we feel like are NFL receivers. One of them's leading the nation in receiving right now, a veteran fourth-year quarterback, and so they've got some really good weapons, and they'll be tough to handle. But we'll do our very best to keep it a tight game, and on the road in the fourth quarter, you never know what can happen. See if Lumberjacks pull one out.
Right, Coach. You've been one of the coaches in the state of Texas who has always been in the playoffs in the past years. Now you're here. You know you're taking a a good football team to be a great football team. Talk to me what it means for you to be in the playoffs again this year.
Well, we've got to get there first. You know, it's good to be, playing monumental games, games that matter in November. That kind of unheard of around here in years past. So here it is, mid-November, and we're playing for games that have a lot riding on them. And if we're fortunate enough to win those last two and get in the playoffs, that would be a great, next step for this program. I think, we're trying to build this thing and build it right and, do it the right way, not take shortcuts. And so that's, we've been very strategic in how we do that, and our recruiting and what we've done each and every year. And so I think we have, taken the right steps to go from good to great, and getting the playoffs will just be one more step on that ladder.
Yeah, and Coach, as you mentioned, good to great. That's been the motto for this year on SFA football team. Explain to me what that really means.
I think last year we had to play through the COVID year. Nobody really knew what to expect from us. We were 6-4. We played FBS teams, D2 teams, FCS teams, and I think it was hard for people to really judge what kind of team we had. It was such an odd year, but we felt like we had a really good football team. And then we got to have our first off season with the program and with our kids we'd recruited. And so, that next step is going from good to great. And we felt we could do that this year. And we've played very, very well at times. And we've had some gut-wrenching losses, but that's why you fail, so you can get back up and reach higher levels in life and in sport. And you learn from those losses. And so I think our team has, where we let some games get away from us early in the season, and then this past Saturday, had a really good team here at Homer Bryce and a ranked opponent, and we were able to come out and control the game, and even when things didn't quite go our way, still, get back control of that thing and put them away and win handily.
Right. Now, one last thing here before we go. Coach, what would you like to tell the Lumberjack Nation and the Nacogdoches community about SFA football team and what's incoming for the team?
Well, I think the first thing I'd like to say is thank you. Thank you to the students and the fans and the local support that we've had from this great city. My family and I, we love living here. Our staff loves living here. They've welcomed us with open arms over the last 2.5, 3 years, and it's a great place to live and a great place to coach, great university. But just thank you to everybody that's come out and blessed this program, blessed our kids, whether it's, buying season tickets and being a fan in the stands or many other ways that people have gotten behind us and supported us or prayed for us or just encouraged us. And so it's been a whole lot of fun. It's been a very, very tough 3 years here, to be perfectly honest with you. But the support, the students, the fans, the faculty, the staff of SFA have really made it an enjoyable job, and the best is yet to come.
Thank you so much, Coach, for sitting down with me.
It's been awesome. Thank you, Martin.
Yes, sir. Axum.
Axum.
Well, that's it for today. Thank you for joining us, and see you next time on another episode of Nac Edition. Axum Jacks.